What's up, world? It's your boy again, reporting live from the set. I think I'll title this one "Rant and Rave Time." Cause man, this shit, man, like Fabulous said in the one song, shit real, shit been real, and shit just get realer. Man, I had me an issue with my child, my 12-year-old daughter, yesterday, and I ain't gonna get into all the specifics, right? But on the way to take her home, we passed by the police. She rolled down the window, hollow, help me like I'm kidnapped or some shit. Tell the peoples I choked her, which I did, motherfucking right. And but by the grace of God, the police was feeling me. You know what I mean? But now I'm in this head space of, cause I know when I went through like some PTSD after my fiance passed away, and then 3 months later I had a near death experience from breaking my neck, and then all the reciprocal stuff of what was going on in my life with, I guess people perceive you in a vulnerable state. So how they really behave around you come out, in which what I'm saying, like, my pops was doing a little shady stuff. I had another female, which I shouldn't have been fooling with, not even on no sexual tip, just on like smoking weed and type, you know what I mean? She turned on me, had me going all in court. I'm getting convicted with no evidence. Um, the homeboys I was running with at the time, who I was protecting and advising just by my sheer presence. Um, I guess they, it's really, whatever anointing that God has placed on my life. But when you're in the wrong environment, people are going to hate on that. You know what I'm saying? And these people have way more than me, but they don't necessarily have the spirit or the character I got. So when that took place, now they saying little, what I'm saying? I'm just saying little mannerisms and do. So it made me not take a psychological test one time, and it was talking about how hyper vigilant I could become. Now I didn't know the term at the time, but I was definitely doing that. Like if you said something to me and your voice inflection deviated from what should be the baseline norm, I would call you on it, bro. What that mean? With almost like an understanding of the root cause of it. Let's go there now. You know what I mean? Like I'm not for play, but I'm actually just regular degular. I'm actually like a laid back, cool, happy go lucky type of guy. But I also know I'm very extreme. Like for as cool, calm, and collected as I am, if you pluck with me enough, then we go way to the other side where I really don't care. Because now I'm looking at it from the aspect of you're making a conscious choice to attempt to inflict pain, suffering, or some type of event that would derail what I'm trying to do. And in that respect, it puts me once I perceive that, it puts me in a mental state of eliminating the threat. And I ain't talking necessarily, what people may think when they hear that term, right? But I notice I've been cutting a lot of people off, which it wasn't a whole lot of people in my personal life anyway. But I've been cutting a lot of people off because they're becoming hindrances. Not even outwardly, like, trying to set me up vows or anything like that. I'm talking about, you know, I'll tell you I'm doing something at a certain time and you're calling and then talking about nothing. Like just being a subtle distraction. You know what I mean? And then repeatedly doing it after I tell you, like, you know what I mean? And actually me doing that is actually your your grace. And then I'm starting to think like maybe I'm not really meant to be around, especially these Autobots or whatever you call them, Decepticons, because like these people are treacherous. Like the word, in the word I know it talks about during the end times the characteristics people have, being unholy and um, unforgiving, truce breakers, finding nothing sacred, and that's all I am seeing out in society, and it's making me physically sick, and it's making me very adversarial and like, and I can manage my emotion, but I'm just going with what I'm feeling, right? And it's making me despise people. And once I despise you, I don't see any value in you. So if I don't see any value in you, and I'm around you and you plucking with me or something, I'm liable to do anything. I'm liable to spit in your face and let the chips fall they may. Because one thing I do know, um, like I've had to deal with, various betrayals, jail, addiction, homelessness, uh, depression, insecurity, doubt, fear, the whole gamut. And the only reason I've gotten to this point because I had to face all that stuff and work through it. You know what I'm saying? So with all the work I put in, I see the value of the characteristics and the attributes that it built. And anybody who I perceive to be a detriment to that has to be eliminated. Ain't no way around it. Cause it's not like you're gonna change. That take too much work. So you'll just continue. That's why, shout out to my man GMB, make the grown man Bender channel. And he said something very profound. He said the root of all attachment is the root of all suffering. You know what I mean? And with this whole situation, and like she told the Pope, which I did, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still trying. What could I have handled that differently? But we've had like numerous situations where I'm not, debating with a 12-year-old child, male or female, about doing something that's in your best interest. Man, I'm not out that mile. I'm not like these new peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you gonna do it. Like, I'm trying to be graceful and patient with you, but my patience wearing thin. Because you're not gonna understand anyway. So why am I trying to convince you or overly talk to you about why you should do something that's in your best interest? Get your ass on now. It's hard. So I'm just like, I'm ready to just like now, honestly, and I know that the word says a man's enemies will arise from his own household. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, now I'm looking at my own child like the enemy. Like, I gotta watch you because you just tried to fuck me. And then the crazy thing about it, maybe 2 hours prior, we were like, her and her sister got to fighting, and then she runs off, and then come to find out she's sneaking out the house, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm here in this, small Eastern Shore town of Maryland, where it's known for, I guess, like everywhere else, everybody just, splacking, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody just loose with their body, and I'm trying to shield her from all that, but it seems like my efforts are in vain. So I'm telling, like, well, shit, nah, you good? Nah, go ahead, be a hoe. I don't give a fuck, and I don't. At this point, I don't give a fuck. I ain't got no child. Mm-mm. I mean, if you're not gonna, nah, and that may sound, and again, it's so crazy because we're in this butt backward society. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just supposed to put up with that and da da da. No, man, no, man. Got the game fucked up, man. Fuck all that shit, man. And then on top of it, right? Then I get an inbox this morning because, like I said, like I work in the treatment field, right? Now I'm questioning if I even want to fool with that, and I kind of go back and forth because, like, my patience is thin. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I understand, addiction and sobriety and all that, but if you let me tell it, man, these people don't really want to help, man. These people really don't want to help themselves. They really want to continue to do what they've been doing without the consequence. That's what they really want. These people don't really feel ashamed. They just feel bad about the situation they're currently in. Just like with me. But as soon as I get out the situation, I forgot all about that stuff. Till God put me in this wilderness period to deal with me and stop, blaming other people. Like, that's another thing I noticed. Because I've been very, like, isolated, you know what I'm saying, as far as, like, my personal life. But now, and it was vexing for a period of time, but now I actually enjoy it. Like, I enjoy not have no drama, no stupid stuff in my life. You know what I'm saying? And then ultimately, all the stuff that happened is because I chose to deal with people who I knew at the time weren't, of high moral character or whatever the case may be. But my proclivities, such as drinking and so on and so forth, kept me in close proximity to people. That's on me, yeah. That ain't them people's fault. But once I put full responsibility for everything that happened with me, all that stupid stuff started happening. Stop happening. But I know I just got I ain't gonna say a short temper, but I don't have any patience for tomfoolery at all. Because if I allow it around me, eventually it'll affect me. You see what I'm saying? And I can't have it. I done came too far. I've endured too much. I've overcome too much. And I value those things, like I said, to let anybody on earth derail that. Because it ain't like none of these people going like, oh, we did wrong, and oh, you were a good guy. Let's help you back to get back. They ain't gonna do it. They're gonna throw a party. Because it seems like in this dark, demonic world we live in, like the evil gets great joy out of causing the good person harm or suffering. You know what I mean? I believe there's a verse in the Bible, and I'm not good with like chapter verse, but I know it's in there. It talks about the wicked lying in wait for the innocent to shed innocent blood, and like despising good people who mind they business. They just a good person. You know what I'm saying? Which is another aspect that's crazy to me from just how I am. Even when I was, so say in the world, right? If I met a good, okay, here's one. Like I'll see a sister, right, and I'll, perceive whoever she is, and then wherever I'm at with it, and I won't even fool with, cause I'm like, man, I don't even want, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hurt you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and leave you be, cause I don't even want to have that on my conscience. You seem like you good peoples, and I'm not, based on what I'm doing, it ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Nah, I can't. You know what I mean? Now anybody else, they'll feast on that. You know what I mean? This shit wild, yo. And then, like I said, I work in the treatment field, right? So what's perplexing to me, right, in these various departments, that encompass, substance abuse treatment center, right? You had these various staff who had these various educations, accreditations, so on and so forth. And I've been known, just because you're a professional, right, or you have a professional title, don't mean you operate like that outside of the job, or even in the job for that matter, right? So there is just this plethora of, and it's more so, but the guys are doing it too. It's just more pronounced because there are significantly more female staff that wear that. Like everybody is splacking the piss out of these clients, and when they're with us, they're only there for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as they get out of there, yo, they giving their bodies to these people who were just, and I'm making a general statement, who were just previously sleeping underneath a bridge or panhandling in the median strip of the highway. And I'll be honest, like, from an optic standpoint, a lot of them are very good looking and got stuff going on. And this is who they repeatedly. Then he take the job. He relapse. He just go to the meeting and get another one. Yo, it's crazy, yo. Yo, I seen the one joint. Now, mind you, I'm privy to certain information. So one staff member I was working with, she ended up getting fired for, I guess, having sexual relations in the building with this particular dude who was already married, right? So she get fired. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So she gets fired, we friends on Facebook, woo woo. Then quickly after having this particular sexual relationship with this client, I heard she was at a meeting, and now she's with another dude who was, in treatment with the same dude at the same time, and he's on an ankle monitor, right? So I'm like, damn, that was a quick turnover. And she's actually a nice looking, Caucasian woman, whatever the case may be. Man, check it out though. So they tell me, main man done relapsed, which, I mean, that's a part of it, right? And then, I'll see various posts of, oh, baby, you are my moon and stars, and do, because she's his lifeline, so he don't want to lose that. Man, somebody sent me a junk this morning, man, they getting married. I said, man, I can't take no more of this shit, bro. This shit is asinine, cuz. And I don't even know why it affects me like this mentally. Because I think somehow I become like a dirt road sociologist. For my own personal journey, I have to navigate my way through various social situations, and you know what I mean? And it's just like, then this particular staff member, who's also been fired for the same type of stuff, and she got a whole different story. Come to find out from a very credible source that was very high up, because she got fired for inappropriate relation with a client, and when I was working there, she would tell I would never do that, da da da, right? So she gets fired. Okay, cool, boom. Then the next day she's posting pictures. The day that the said client gets out, talking about, oh, here's my rack and this that. And I'm like, man, this shit is out of order, bro. So lo and behold, this said client is now messing with her best friend, and all these women got like higher educations, associate, bachelor degree, whatever you want to call it. And my man done came down here and running through all of them, and he like a not to judge him, but he like a, I don't know. He like, I don't even know how to categorize him, yo. Like Malibu's most wanted type cat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like like he's been Muslim. He's been like with the American Heartthrob, like these different social pockets. And he just running through them, yo. But then, the information I had from someone very high up was that was actually the last straw, and that she had dealt with at least a dozen former clients quickly after they were released, and a few of them are no longer with us. So I'm like, wow, she's the motherfucking soul reaper, yo. Wow. brain cell blown apart again. Man, bro, I'm so tired of just seeing all these shenanigans. That's what be make me not want to fool with nobody, yeah. Cause I know the shit go on, but it's something different seeing it. Like, I know Negroes get shot every day, B. I'll be alright, I'm tough, right? But I don't actually want to physically witness it. Like, damn, come on, cause I do have, my heart is still intact. I still have empathy for the next human being. But it's almost, in order to navigate this stuff, it's almost forcing someone for strategic purpose to be cold, in a sense of, I just can't care because they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, it's very, 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 very vexing, man, to just the psyche. You know what I mean? Like, I swear I've been contemplating, and I'm pretty good at adapting, but I'm really, you know, and of course it's always, the Most High's will, right? And I think, and that's one of my frustrations, because I've been working moves, but certain stuff is being delayed, just mysteriously. So I know from previous seasons of life, when that's happening, his hand in it, right? And I do trust in it. Even in the midst of this, my frustration, I just sit still. I just be frustrated, cast my cares on him. But I don't act on none of the stuff. Like, I want to choke somebody, but I ain't gonna actually do it. That's why I just stay my distance so I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm ready to dip, man. America is finished, like Birdman. America is finished and it's done. There's no redeemable value. It's too far gone. There's no catalyst that would rewrite or course correct the shit. You see what I'm saying? There's no, and I want out. I want to go to Africa. I want to live a more holistic lifestyle. I want to produce from the land. I want people who aren't socially and morally degraded. You see what I'm saying? I want people who still have a soul. I just want to be in the midst, or in the energy thereof, of people who are still human, who can still sit around and enjoy each other's company without manipulating and plotting and trying to take advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's all my little soul want, bruh. Cause this shit's sickening out this piece, man. Yo, I was actually, this a while ago, a few months ago, I DoorDash from time to time, and I mess around, had a DoorDash to, I think, Wendy's or something. So, I'm going in, the sister's coming out, right? So she made some type of like, yeah, you know what I mean? But I already just kind of felt her energy, right? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I kind of like act like I ain't hear what she was saying. So I go get my DoorDash, I hop in the car, I'm clicking on my phone to see where the directions at, da da da. So she called me while I'm sitting in the car about pairing no mind again, like on head, like, you know what I mean? Because I already know just from her energy, this ain't even nothing I want to fool with, speak to, nothing, right? So she said, excuse me, nigga. Like, she trying to holler at me, but she called me a nigga, though. So I said, yo, shawty, man, I ain't no nigga, Joe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Then she caught that and told me I was evil. I said, man, yeah. Yo, here's another thing, right? I'm actually, and here's how all this contradictory stuff for me takes place in Babylon, right? Even when I was little and my aunt made me read books about the black struggle and the black organizations, and, how they, went hard or put themselves through personal peril for a goal that was greater than they themselves, or for the people. You know what I'm saying? You can't even have them type of people no more unless they put them on TV and tell them to do it. But just grasp, man, we just too far gone. I said, man, I'm the pro-black dude who no longer likes black people, yo. I never thought I'd see the day. Like, when I was younger or whatever, like, I actually wanted, a dark-skinned wife so I could have babies that were darker skinned. You know what I mean? Now, I don't even find black women even remotely attractive, sexually or otherwise. Where the snow bunnies at, yo? That's actually a better option. Now, they got their, whoredom from the snow, but they didn't just took that and ran with it and took the baton to outer space and Pluto. But it's like, man, this shit sickening, bruh. I can't take it. And then I be having short patience for dudes who continue to engage in these behavior with these women. Like, yo, you can't see this shit, bruh. Man, she cheated with my homeboy. One, he ain't your homeboy. Two, she been with 2,000 niggas. Why you get with her? Man, she fat. And what about her brand? I wasn't thinking about that. I know. And it just puts me on this, like, proverbial social island by myself, which I'm cool with. But then, scanning out to the mainland with binoculars, it's like, oh my God, it's like a slow train, but I can't look away. You know what I mean? Like, I could easily, block people and cut off communication, so on and so forth. And that's, like I said, that's my struggle. Like, I think I've been given the spiritual gift of helps, right? But it seems like everyone I've extended it to, it don't help them. And then I had to witness them continue to do a whole bunch of tomfoolery. And then it had me in this space of, I don't think these people want help. So fuck it. I'll just keep helping myself. Because I'm about tired of these people, yeah. I'm tired of them, man. I'm tired of them. That's why I know, like, education doesn't necessarily equate to wisdom. And wisdom should come from your experiences. But that's not always the case unless you learn from it. Like, I hate when people call me and be like, man, such and such happened. I can't believe it. What you mean you can't believe it? It done happened to you 30 times. You talking about? And then the stuff they saying ain't making no sense. But the stuff I'm saying is more along the lines of personal responsibility and decision making and critical thought. And then I can literally look in their eyeballs and see, like, space. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just tired, bruh. Young nigga tired, man. Make one put on that old gospel song, all my efforts in vain. It's my praying in vain. I'm tired, man. I don't want to fuck with nobody. And then see, when I'm in this kind of space, like, I'm kind of like little, you know what I'm saying? So I try to exfoliate myself and woo. But like I said, my patient thing, so, like, even in the treatment, because you had these various archetypes in treatment, right? So I find it odd how everyone want to play gangster super tough. But you can't be that tough if you was standing in the dope line and a 15-year-old make you pick your dope off the ground, told you shut up, and you did it. You see what I'm saying? Like, where is the humility at? Now, granted, you can get that back, but why would you go in an environment and you gonna do that and then start trying like you run or something? Man, this shit is crazy. I despise these nigga, man. I'm tired of these gangster nigga, man. I'm tired of it. And then when you in that type of environment, they think they can get out on you. And depending on the situation, like I try to mediate that. And try, like, okay, well, what you want to do then? Because I'm Calvin first. I just work here. And I feel like I'm preparing you for real life because you're not prepared to handle. Don't nobody give a fuck. Nobody give a fuck about you being on drugs or not on drugs. The world don't operate like that. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, even with my dog, now everybody got to cater to you because you got an issue. But you don't want to work on your issue. No, sir. That shit didn't even work when I was trying to do it. Not realizing it. Man. I swear, just, whoo. And I can only, there are a few brothers, that I listen to on here, and I can only imagine. And I admire them brothers' strength, right? I'm just coming on here, vent. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy, cause I can't afford to, you know what I'm saying? But what these brothers go through behind the scenes, like I thought way back one time when Moses was taking the Israelites, or the Hebrews rather, out of Egypt. And of course, I'm not trying to add to the word or nothing, but just thinking it and put myself in that position, right? Of course, he chooses whom he chooses. But I, like, behind the scenes or something that wasn't, like, you mean tell me, like, he ain't never get frustrated? Well, I guess he did since he threw the Ten Commandments down. You know what I mean? But you mean tell me he didn't go before the Most High and said, man, I'm tired of these Negroes, man. You know what I mean? And then here it is, and I understand this as well. Like, they can do that and get whatever, consequence, da-da-da. But I think when he threw them tablets down, he was allowed to see the promised land, but he himself, even though he had let them out, wasn't allowed to enter therein. So, the standard placed upon, us who are quote unquote chosen is high. Like, just because this happened, don't give me the right to do whatever out of my feeling. And let's say hypothetically I make a conscious mistake, right? I ain't talking about like I didn't really know because, you know what I'm saying? Or it wasn't on my stream of thought. That's why I'm always analyzing to make sure I ain't about to make no mistake unaware. But let's say I know this wrong, I still do it. Man, God quickly bring the hammer down on my head. I'm lucky still be alive, he told you I'm with you. You know what I mean? So I try to take all that in account and the part I played at not being the best father when she was younger and, my issue with addiction and, you know what I'm saying? But even still, and I do take that into account, but ain't nobody finna disrespect me. Because I respect me now. I respect me enough to tell myself no. Because it's not my best interest. And then now I understand like old school black people or people who proverbially had to pull themselves up by their bootstrap. So when people start making excuses, they don't understand what you're talking about, yeah. Because of the path they had to walk and, things they had to deal with and feelings and so on and so forth. Man, they ain't gonna get the job done. And that's what I'm concerned with, getting the job done. Damn, how I get it done. Is it done or not? Yes or no? All my feeling, that's not even in the equation. It's part of it, but I can't, no, man, because that's not going to get the job done. You know what I mean? Shit, man. It's a trying time. It's a time to try the hearts of men, you know what I'm saying? But I'm actually all right, though. It's just my little, I'm angry. I'm furious. I'm wondering, like, who, you know what I'm saying? Like, who gonna try to come against the kid? Because here's the thing, yeah, I choked you. Then I'll choke whoever asked me, did I choke you? Fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck out my business, boy. You know what I mean? It's not that, yo. And y'all talk a whole lot, Jed, but I know you're not willing to go further than I am. I will crack, like, what Conway had a verse. He said, I will throw all this stuff away and have people saying I'm stupid. Just to make a point. Don't you ever fool with me. Because, first of all, you can't outthink me. And, like, I play the long game. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't hold grudges either. That's why I just need to I feel like, and of course, again, it's up to the Most High. And He knows best, you know, so I lean to that, even in the midst of the emotion, right? But I just want to get away. And I want people to feel the pain of my departure. Because a lot of times, even with me, you don't miss your well till your water run dry. You don't really learn how to, like with me, right? I never learned how important peace was until I didn't have it for an extended time. Or a bid. You know what I'm saying? A sandwich. That's why I try to operate in gratitude all the time. And remind myself, hey, even with this, it could always be worse. You know what I mean? Word up. But yes, I've been on here almost half hour, man. I'm going to cut off. And I just came on here to vent to my own self. This is Foul Shot, aka the Toothless Wonder, reporting live from the Bamboozled Again News Network, signing off.